Welcome to Highkey.
Yeah, I'm Ivana.
I'm Alicia, and we're back every week.
We're back, and I hope you subscribe, hope you like this video, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
Yeah, subscribe, like, our links are below, so definitely check us out and listen to the full episode on Apple Podcasts.
All right. So, I mean, there have been, I don't know, I think there is a blurred line when it comes to getting physical with your man. Honestly, for a while, I was a part of the a man cannot touch a woman debate. I was like, just no circumstance whatsoever. But I have seen some bitches beat niggas' asses at this point. So it's like, I think, if you put your hands on a man, he got a right to hit your ass back. I just do. Just because some of y'all cannot play the I'm weaker card.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I just feel like when it comes to any fight, as long as it's fair, it's fair. I don't know. Even when it comes to women, and I did used to feel the same way. Like, yeah, a man shouldn't hit a woman. But, like, honestly, I've seen some of this shit, and it's like, that's not fair. You know?
Yeah,
like, sometimes it's gone. Exactly. It comes to the point where they have to actually defend themselves. So, like, look, if the fight's fair, it's a fight.
Yep. A fair fight is a fair fight. I think that's true.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't understand why it has to become a whole category of just like wrong. I feel like let's be equal.
Yeah,
get your ass beat.
Yeah, no, talk shit, get hit. If someone hits you, you got every right to hit them back. I'm just saying, like it all works. I think, okay, like if a man hits me, I'm out. But like if a man shakes me, like a good shake,
Yeah.
depending on what I did, which I do a lot. This is definitely nothing I'm calling my mother about. I'm sorry. It sounds awful, but true. I'm sorry. Like, depending on what I did, you pretty much got every right. Pretty much anybody got the right to shake my ass up every now and again. Because I might need it. I might be in line.
No, I agree. I feel like there's just like this double standard as well. Like when Solange hit Jay-Z's ass, or wherever the fuck she did on that elevator, we were all just like, yeah, whatever. But if Jay-Z would have beat the fuck out of Solange,
Oh my god.
then it would have been different. He would have gotten praised.
Cumberbund and shit.
So I just would say, like,
yeah, button. It's fucking funny.
I don't know. I just think that, like, if we're just gonna be kind of chill about like women beating niggas, then like, yeah, they should have at least the right to like defend themselves.
What happened?
A fair fight. So
Yep, definitely.
but whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we can talk about Megan Decide. And I feel like this has a little to do with her because, like,
Megan?
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's just like I do expect a little more from her style wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all seen that picture of her stylist floating around, but it's just like, sir, come on. And, you know, people call her that WWE wrestler outfit aesthetic thing, and I just feel so bad for her because it's like, girl, you look good. Your hair looks good, your makeup looks good, but it's something about these outfits that I'm just like, what are they?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think that's holding her to a higher standard because she's a female rapper at all. I just think that's holding her to a standard. Like, yeah, we expect this much from her. Like, when niggas walk out, when looking crazy, we call them out just as well, you know? I just edge up back. I would say, like, the only sense, in my opinion, when it comes to female rappers is like, they want them to come with the hardest flow of life. Yes. It seems like, God, like, of course they're gonna have a few hiccups here and there, you know? Like, if we're being honest, if we're really listening to these rappers nowadays, I've heard some dumb shit.
Yeah, some straight foo-foo bullshit.
Young Thug, I just pull up any song, any lyrics, it's some dumb shit. I love Young Thug though, but it's some dumb shit. So like, how come when it comes to, you know, like female rappers, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's heavily critiqued.
Yeah.
But sometimes rightfully so, like when it comes to Cardi B trash. Rightfully so.
You didn't even like send it. You didn't even. There was no space. There was no comma. It was just her name was Cardi B Trash. Oh my God, Cardi B Trash. Cardi B Trash.
I mean, speaking of rappers, this is going off topic, but I finally saw the Travis Scott documentary. Just because I saw so many posts about people being touched, and some people say they were brought to tears.
Inspired, yes, truly inspired. That's the only opinion I got on the social media. Inspired.
So I saw it, and first of all, I'm not gonna call it trash, but y'all, it was just, what was that? Was it really like a documentary of any sort? It was just kind of like, here's some old photos, here's some old videos of me. I almost won a Grammy. It just, I didn't find anything inspiring about it. It was I love Travis Scott, but like, it was a little bit too soon for this kind of documentary. I don't know, but I guess if you felt touched and inspired by him losing to Cardi B, then that's fine.
So lame. That's just so fucking lame. It's just not your time to make a documentary.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be.
That's just,
I get it because it might be
I want him
maybe.
to come harder.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Maybe he thinks this is the only failure he can see him having on this horizon. So that's why he made it. But I don't.
Kylie's not gonna withstand another one.
Yeah. It's, nor is Chris.
No, Chris is on this shit immediately.
Chris is about to.
Chris is
Just
like
like
telling
Tiger.
me the reason why this documentary happened. Chris is like, put your name back out there. And Netflix documentary, they just don't give those to everybody. That's why I'm so shocked. I'm like, I mean, he's relevant, but like, Netflix documentary?
I didn't see it coming.
I don't think Harriet Tubman has a Netflix documentary. Like, what the fuck did Travis Scott do to get this? Beyonce just got one. You know, like,
She had to work for it. I mean, do a whole performance for the ass. So, interesting.
Chris. I don't know.
Well, this is something that I think has become more and more prevalent in my everyday life because someone knocks some sense into me. I don't see anything wrong with this, but I have basically been actively looking for a sugar daddy while I'm in a relationship for, I would say, a couple months now. Not actively, not like day to day, nothing in person yet, but like online, yes. I have been blocked on OkCupid. I don't know, I need to check actually. The last weekend I was blocked from OkCupid. My account was suspended because I was asking niggas for money, I guess. And then I've also been suspended on seeking arrangement as well because of the same thing, asking for niggas for money, like up front, I guess. I don't know how I'm supposed to do it.
How do they
I don't know. Like,
monitor those kind of things? The website is for me to get money.
yeah,
But-
stop reporting me. First of all, y'all are bitches. Just like, okay, if y'all can't afford me, then just keep moving.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, don't be broke like that and affect my business. So I don't see anything wrong with it, but also my significant other does not know. So there's that. But nothing's happened yet.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I still feel the same. Like we've talked about it, me and my boyfriend, like just kind of jokingly once, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a sugar daddy. But like, I guess he really thought I was just joking. But like in my head, like I don't even need permission, you know, because it's like
I know my boundaries.
Right, it's like I'm not
I'm
gonna
not gonna cheat
really
on you.
be doing anything besides getting money. What I have to do, flirt a little bit, that's harmless. You know, whatever. Like if I had to just like put my hand on this nigga's knee to get a few thousand, so be it.
Yeah, like you'll benefit.
But okay, so I left my iPad home once while I was at work, and like all my messages come to my iPad, right? And so he was on it like doing whatever kind of work, and he was getting my messages, and I just so happened to be talking about sugar daddies this time, and literally he just sends me a text, and he was like, if you go, I don't even know what he said.
Trying to put his foot down.
If you're gonna be looking for a sugar daddy, at least take your iPad to work with you. It was something petty. And then when I got home, I was like, I thought we talked about this. But, you know, he said he was cool with it. I was cool with it. So now I'm just under the agreement that I'm just gonna keep it a secret. Like once I find these niggas to pay me,
Yeah, like what we gonna do?
they're just gonna pay me. Like I don't think
Ask
there's
me
anything wrong
too.
with it.
Ask me too, because I'm just gonna look at you like.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why, like, they of course would trip out about
Yeah,
it. You know, vice
I've tried to
versa.
open up the conversation, but I just feel like they're really just shut it
There's
down
no
too soon for it to. Yeah, exactly.
Because in their head you're fucking these old men and just not even like basic fucking, just
Yes.
like you're probably doing something crazy. That's what they
Yeah.
think, and thousands of them, they don't get it.
They don't get it. They don't.
They
It's
don't
like no.
understand that there's some
There's-
commas coming with what I'm doing.
Yes, and what I'm doing might honestly be a comfort fucking sensation.
It just yes, some men will really just pay for your company.
Yes,
My company is not cheating.
it's not. You'll only ask him to sit at home for an hour or two while you get this bag. And if you have a problem with that, okay, go home.
They won't once you come in with just like, oh, let's go here, let's go there.
Yeah, when you eating that Papados and you're like, I'm hungry. Oh, you don't want to pick it up?
Hungry no more?
Yeah, we can Postmates, babe. We can, because Mama got the bag earlier today. And it's just like,
Oh yeah.
it didn't cost me nothing. It ain't costing you shit either. And if anything were to happen, if I decided to, don't worry, it's outside of our way. I feel like
It's a job. Like it's a job. That's the thing. It's like there's no real emotional connection, and I feel like that's what cheating is. Like there's an emotional
Yeah.
connection there. Of course, it's like the other aspects to cheating, but like this is strictly like me getting my money.
It's like being an actress.
I'm with this person. We have an agreement in place, and I'm getting paid for it. So it's like no, that's not a relationship.
No, it's not. No,
That's
it's
not
not.
anything besides exactly. You're acting.
I clock in, I clock
Actresses
out.
do the same thing. They have sometimes sex scenes in acting.
I'm all
It's
for
still
it.
an acting job, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't make them like a porn star or prostitute. It just makes them still an actress. Really about their bag.
Yeah, honestly.
So
I just
Yeah.
feel like you're capitalizing on your God-given talents, and if
Oh.
you want to choose to do that, then you can do that.
yes, and if you are doing it, please feel free to email us some tips. Those would be helpful.
Let us know. We should do an episode soon, but
Yeah.
we need more experience under our belt.
Right.
Honestly.
But this is something that's unfortunately resurfaced back on my Twitter timeline. And it's new videos, but it's still the same thing. It's white women painting themselves with black foundation. But apparently there was this one like YouTuber who did it. I don't know if she's a YouTuber or like Instagram, whatever. She was somebody. Like people were coming to her defense is what I'm saying. Because apparently she was using black foundation on her white face because it matched her fake spray tan.
Didn't.
So I don't know. Is that still make it like wrong if they're just like?
I think spray tanning can get out of control. Like honestly, I'm not like totally against it. I'm not like I don't have to stick a mask like that because it's just like I get it.
You want to be?
I would not want to be
Yeah.
as well. Like I get it.
I get it.
So yeah, I don't want your veins showing either. So do what you need to do, but there is a point where it's like this is extremely unnatural for you.
Yeah.
There's certain things it's like it's just fucking weird to see.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's not becoming.
I would say the same thing. Like, it's a difference between you just wanting to be like a few shades darker, like because you're pale, or you wanting to put on this color because you want to look like a different race, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. Like, this one girl was in the comments of the Twitter post, and basically, like, it's becoming a thing. Like, this one girl she watched on YouTube like 2 years ago, who was like very fair skinned, is now looking like a black girl. And it's like, we talked about this before, but it's like this whole ambiguous type racial trend we've made. I don't know.
It's weird.
But it's like, I think this is kind of playing into that. And
Yeah.
black girls were pissed. They were like, stop buying our fucking foundation. And yeah, stop buying our foundation.
Yeah.
Stop
Sure.
buying our foundation.
Mhm.
It
sucks.
I feel like I shouldn't have to say that. Y'all
Yeah.
have every shade in every brand.
In every brand, in every type, skin type, tone, texture, it's ridiculous. Like just leave something for us, a little something on the fucking shelves. Don't take the last one. Can we at least come to the agreement? If that ain't your natural skin tone, don't take the last one.
Order it online at least.
Yes,
Please.
yes. Come on now.
Order the shades you need to.
So fucking rude. But yeah, I just I it's weird. I did hear about something kind of strange, which I've meant to mention on the podcast a few times. It is like, okay, there's people who self-tan, of course. You can spray tan, you can get in a little tanning bed, that's pretty dangerous. But if you're like hard fucking core, like if you don't give any fucks, like you're like, I'm gonna go for broke for this tan, there is a nasal spray that is completely illegal, super fucking illegal. I think you can only get into some parts of like Africa and South America, and it's a nasal spray that you legit like huff up your nose, and it activates like the melanin in your skin, and it like, yeah, you like get darker from that. Yes. It's like you'll go out into the sun, you'll get that like way darker than ever before. It just,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's insane. It's insane, but it's like super illegal. It has crazy like side effects and shit. But yeah, people think it's like a thing, especially like in the UK and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. People are really like to that extent. I really don't get it. I really don't get it, because you would think if people were going to these extremes, taking nasal spray, that
Imagine huffing a tan.
you just would think that people would like black people more. That's where I'm just kind of, there's a disconnect in my head. I'm like, what? Like, why am I still fighting these battles if everyone wants to literally be black? But okay, that's insane though. I'm glad that's banned. I don't know how they're getting a hold of this. Y'all are ridiculous. You can. That's ridiculous though. Oh my god, that sounds dangerous.
You just get somebody sent you. Apple Pay honestly makes a lot of like illegal shipments and things like that easier.
Yeah, because it's discreet. So I mean, shit.
But yeah, modern blackface, it's fine.
It's the same thing. It's an issue, but I would kind of also say this is an issue. This may offend some people, but I feel like if you can pass as white, you really shouldn't be saying the N-word. You know, like if people can confuse you as being a white person, if you really kind of just don't even claim being black, if you're just, I don't know, if you look white, get treated as white, why are you saying the N-word? You know?
Yeah, you should feel
Can you relate to the N-word?
You should, yeah. It just,
Nigga?
it doesn't, does it not roll off your tongue like,
If you ain't never been called a nigga.
yeah, I feel like that's a good one. If you've never been called it and you're paler than okay, here we go. Here's the matrix. I feel like this is fair. If no one has ever called you a nigger to your face, of the opposite or different race, of course, or damn, I lost my train of thought. Oh, well, basically, or if your ass is white passing, it's just like that line, that fucking line of white skin. If you can pass as white,
you have no reason to say
you have no reason. But if you're dark enough, then yeah, of course, you can say it no matter what you've been through. But no, if you're white and no one's ever called you that, I'm sorry. You can just sit your ass down. And I'm talking the pale ones, like yellow. Just, you know what I mean.
People who are like Logic specifically.
Yes.
This message is for Logic.
Yes.
Because I feel like Logic makes his music so that he can say nigga.
Of course, definitely, almost exclusively. Say it quickly and slowly, and then back up quick again.
If he can make a song just saying nigga, I'm sure Logic would do it.
I'm a nigga. You know, you fucking cry about it. I'm a nigga too. Like, Logic, okay. I'm just so tired of him. Like, he rubs me the absolute wrong way. Like, it's like Halsey, she would never say that shit. I hope she never says that shit. Just like, God, please don't make me a liar. She just knows her audience. She attracts too many white people to say that shit. You know that shit. And that's the same way with Logic. You attract too many white people to say that shit. You know that shit.
Know your audience.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Don't make us have to fucking clean up your mess out here. Because if they get fucking bold and froggy because your ass is wrapped, not you, Logic. I'm sorry. No. You look just like Mac Miller. He didn't say it. You don't need to say it. True. I can't even imagine this. I can't even imagine a white man really thinking his life is hard just because life is different now and you have to be a little bit more uncomfortable.
I've heard this stance though. I've heard it. I've really seen it. Like, I've seen a lot of white men claim, white people, it's not even just stick it to white men, white people claim that it's hard for them now just because, like, there's so much, are they calling it racial pressure? I don't know what they're calling it. I don't know, it's just like they're saying they're uncomfortable, they're not allowed to freely express their opinions without offending someone, they are being attacked
For being racist?
It's
Yes.
attacked.
Yeah, you're being attacked if you're being racist now.
Yeah, I'm like, the only,
That's good. That's a good thing.
I don't think it's any harder to be a white man right now.
No.
I don't think that's even really a stance anyone can stand on, because it's like, you still have all the laws working in your favor. Nothing has been changed in that aspect.
No.
You're still getting paid way more than women. Nothing's been affected in that aspect. You still have more power than literally any race, gender in America right now. So it's just a weird stance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen it. They get on Twitter, and I'm always going to these Twitter holes where I'm just like scrolling through the comments, because I'm just like, I really like to know people's opinion on the opposite side. I'm like, okay, y'all really thinking this way, and it's crazy because they really thinking this way.
Yeah, deadass. They really.
And that's probably why Trump's the president now, because they felt like when Obama was here that they were oppressed.
Yeah.
And so, they're finally, I don't know, it's crazy. Y'all are looking at me ridiculous,
No,
but like,
true.
this is what it is.
I've heard a very similar theory. I saw a thread on Twitter where someone was saying something very similar. Basically, that this was a white woman who I believe had adopted a child of color. I don't think that child was white or black though.
Mm-hmm.
But she was just like, no, I've seen like on the playgrounds and in the schools that, and I noticed this at my school as well. So when she was talking about, it's a weird thing to talk, like, say out loud and like try and put into words, but the only way I can describe it is their behaviors change. Like, they used to be like, where like everyone was kind of just like friends with each other kind of thing. Either we fucked with each other or we didn't, but it wasn't like malicious or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys didn't do anything malicious, really, but they did at a certain point gang up together. They would start, like, if they saw each other in the hallways, they would like shake each other's hand. Like, they would do this really weird like thing where they all of a sudden like started acting very like proper, but like fake proper, like still up to shit, like still up to same like you don't talk about that good old boy fucking attitude, like, oh yeah, hey, what's up?
But it's like they realize that they're men and that they're better, like almost in their heads, and like, okay, and they jokingly act that way, but it eventually becomes normal manners. It's like, no, for real, I know what you're saying.
Yes, it's so fucking weird. And so she's basically just like, yeah, it's a lot of Nazi propaganda that like they have like hidden in YouTube videos and things like that. And like people just, like a lot of video games. It's like
Nazi propaganda.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've heard the term Nazi come up so much in 2019. It's like, it's unreal how many like hidden messages and like just adverts there are to just like, Nazis, and like the same white supremacy.
Yes,
it's still there. That's crazy though.
Yeah. Scary. It
is weird, but yeah, no, you're still not. It's still not hard to be you. Like,
no,
it's not even like a real thing. But I don't know. Another movement that's come about, I wouldn't say in 2019, maybe like over the past like couple of years, is like this whole self-love movement, and everybody like be yourself. And I don't know, I brought up the question, like, has it made people care less about their appearance? But honestly, I would even bring up, has it just made people care less just in general? And like, I get it, like the movement is of course positive, but I also think it has a backside of just allowing people to kind of settle. Yeah, because like you always need to be working on yourself. Like, that's with everybody. Everybody needs to always just like continuously, like little things, not like hard shit, but like you should always want to just be a better person. And I just feel like a lot of people have settled and just kind of use it as an excuse. That's what it like.
I am who I am, and sometimes I catch myself doing that shit too. I'll be like, oh, that's just you. I'm like, but you can always be better, honey. Like, no. You can take the edge off of some of your personality traits. Like, there's some things like, I feel like I'm always one of those people, like, I'm always be like a little mean-spirited, but you do not have to attack people. Like, there's a way to be mean-spirited and fun. And it's like you just grow up and you learn how to make your personality quirks a little more palatable to other people. You don't have to be this fucking caveman for the rest of your life. So I do think that people have let themselves go as far as like caring less about being their best person, as well as their appearance too. Like, I just feel like you can still take pride in how you look. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And like, that doesn't mean you have to do it every day. Like, no, fuck no. But
you should at least care to some care. I don't know. I just feel like people will say it to people. It's like, if you have things you know you want to work on, like, I don't think that just people saying, oh no, just love the body and love how you are, love this. If you want to change those things, I still think it's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't feel like there's no reason to work towards it. Like, you can always, like I'm saying, just be a better person. I just think that it's kind of turned around and just been used as not even an excuse, but just like almost like
Cop out.
even as an insult to somebody. You know, like some people will like post pictures and like post certain things and people like, oh yeah, she's just loving herself, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I've seen that a lot on, you know, and I'm like, that's rude as fuck.
Shady.
You know, that's shady.
So shady.
Like,
oh my God, so brave. If you ever comment that I am brave under one of my photos, you're getting blocked. Like, what the fuck do you mean I'm not brave? Bitch, no.
There's
Brave.
someone calling me brave under my post. I think I was just doing my Instagram. I was like, okay, I'm a brave bitch now. That's not what I'm here for. That's rude. No.
I should have the courage to expose my face and or body, whatever the fuck it is. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
That is so insulting.
I think, yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Come out on the stage like this.
And it's always like bigger people that they advertise like the self-love movement around, which I also think is problematic because it's creating those things to happen. It's like, yeah, we all can feel this way. I don't know why they had to make it like, I don't know. Of course, they struggle with issues, but they don't have to make it seem like they all just struggling to love themselves.
Yes, I feel like it's so insulting. It's like, okay, we can. I think there's a way to do inclusion, and they are doing it so wrong. And it's just like, okay, you making self-love only about bigger people kind of makes it seem like they have nothing to love about themselves. And that's kind of like the fucked up part of this message. It's like, it's only big people nowadays.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I feel like it's just changed in so many aspects. Like, it's not even like a positive thing anymore. They made it to like this weird ass propaganda, and it's like, that's insulting.
It is insulting.
They loved themselves before 2016 when this hashtag started.
Exactly.
When your product came out, I'm sure they loved themselves before
you decided that it was profitable for them to love themselves. Ridiculous. Honestly, so see-through, so transparent, so bullshit. Like, just bullshit. Like, truly. Just take a good look at the brands and if they've been supporting actual people who actually love themselves and are being themselves. Because it's few and far between.
honestly. But
next episode, right? Like,
yeah. But definitely follow us on Instagram at HK the Podcast.
Yeah.
And we recorded this on YouTube for those listening to the podcast. So follow us on YouTube as well. You can just type in Highkey the Podcast and you'll literally see the past like 3 episodes uploaded.
Episodes.
So we post the visuals. It helps a lot with our conversation. So
yeah, I guess
definitely check it out. So yeah, join us next week, bitches.
Bye.